Hi art friends, this is Mrs. Grover, your art teacher. I want to make some art with you today. We are in my art studio, and for this project you will need a plain piece of paper, and it could be cardboard if you have, if you don't have paper, but any kind of paper. It could be the back of something that you're already finished with. And you will need a pair of safe scissors that your family says you can use. That means probably not using the big Mama Jamma scissors, the scissors that is easy for your hands to hold. And if you have any scrap, colorful pieces of paper, these are papers that I just had that instead of throwing them in the trash, I know that the back side I can still use, so there's words on this side. But I'm just going to use some scrap, colorful pieces of paper. And any kind of coloring materials like markers or crayons to color with. And so what we're going to be talking about is shapes. Now I want to cut out a shape from this piece of paper, and if I cut it giant, I'm not going to be able to fit too many pieces of shapes on this paper. So when you're cutting out a shape like a square out of this paper, part of this paper already has two straight sides. So the easiest way to cut out a shape from a piece of paper is to actually just cut 2 times. So I'm going to hold the scissors away from my body. I'm going to angle you down. Hold the scissors away from your body, and you're going to cut on the edge of your paper 1, and then I'm going to turn the paper 2. And I just cut out a square. And I'm going to save that. I'm going to glue that on my paper somewhere. And then I want to cut another color, and I'm going to cut a triangle. Now on this paper already has 2 sides that are straight, but a triangle only has 3 lines. So we're actually just going to cut 1 time. I'm going to cut across all the way. And if your triangle is not symmetrical, it's okay. Mine's like that. So there's a triangle. And if you want to try to draw a circle, I recommend that you draw the circle first. And so I'm going to pick a clean side of this paper. It's scraps. I'm going to draw a big circle. If you can't draw a circle to be straight, you can actually get a cup, put it down, and trace around it, and then you have a circle. So I'm going to cut my circle here. And then that's 3 shapes. I want you to all come up with 3 shapes that you cut out. Notice how I'm turning the paper so that I keep the scissors pointed away from my body. And if your circle doesn't come out exactly perfect and straight, that's okay. These are all geometric shapes that we cut out. So now I have 3. And if you have glue at home, you can glue those down. And we actually only need 1 dot of glue, 1 little dot, and that's it. 1, 2, 3, and these are 3 shapes that we cut out. Now, once you're done with that, I also want you to write your name on your paper. I usually put my name at the bottom, and I'm actually going to be drawing it upside down for you, but I put my name here at the bottom of the paper. And then now you're going to get out your coloring materials. So you have any kind of markers you want to use, and we're going to trace around our shapes. So if I have a yellow shape, I don't think I want to use the exact same color. That way I can show contrast and have it look different. So the opposite of yellow actually is purple. And so purple is going to be the color that I use to trace yellow. This is called a complementary color. It helps the color pop and stand out and look real cool because they're opposites on the color wheel. And I'm just going to trace around my shape as many times as you want, but I'm getting close to my purple triangle, so I'm actually going to want to stop soon. And if I don't stop, I'm going to actually draw on the table, and I should actually stop and not draw on the table too. So you can have your line go off the edge of the paper too. All right, so the opposite of purple is yellow. So here I'm going to use the yellow marker, and I'm going to trace around my yellow triangle. And this is actually going to be a triangle shape. Now, instead of drawing through my lines that I drew around the square, I'm actually going to stop when I get to the edge of the paper, pick it back up, and stop when I get to that square shape. And so I can keep going and trace again and again, however many times you want to trace. Oh, this is fun. I love drawing and coloring. All right, so the opposite of blue on the color wheel is actually orange, which is a color I don't have out here in my art studio. I have it in color pencils, but not in markers. So I'm going to use pink. I'm going to trace around my circle as many times as you want. All the way around. Oops, not drawing on your table. If you get to a shape, you stop and you pick it up and you go all the way and you stop if you get to the edge of your paper, and don't draw on your table. And if you're using crayons, you do the exact same thing. Ooh, I'm gonna keep going all the way till all of my edges are actually filled up because I like drawing. This is fun. I'm gonna pick up my yellow again, put some yellow lines over here, yellow lines over here, and I'm almost done. I'm gonna get my purple again. This is purple. Here we go. And that was my square shape at the edge. Wow, I finished my drawing. This was so much fun. Geometric shapes and lines. I see a square and a triangle and a circle, and I drew circles around the circles and triangles around my triangles and squares around my squares. So I hope you had fun drawing your art, and I can't wait to see a picture of it. You can put that in Seesaw for me to see. And you can tell me anything about it if you want to hit the mic button and talk about your art, you can. And make sure you put your name at the bottom. I'll turn over my paper so you can see my name is at the bottom. And I hope you have fun making art. Bye.